been a while since you've seen me, so I decided to make a special video for you. But first, I want to show you where I am because we found this amazing house in Japan. This is Okinawa. We live up on a hill. We have this traditional Japanese home. It's incredible and it's huge. I've never lived in a house this big before. We have this incredible yard. I appreciate this so much. We've never lived in a place that has a view like this. This is just gorgeous. We have one of these traditional tatami rooms. It's a 2-story home made out of concrete for the weather, the typhoons. We have one of these entryways that's, typical in Japanese homes where you put your shoes down and you put on your slippers. There is an upstairs. The girls are sleeping right now. And we have our thing. So in the military, they have 2 shipments. They have your unaccompanied luggage, which we already have. So I have my computer here, but what we don't have is our furniture. This is rental furniture. So we, got a rental couch and rental table and stuff. But that being said, what I'm about to show you, we do not have any of the furniture for the office. The office is a mess. And this is one of the reasons why I haven't made a video yet. But, okay, here it is, all right? So there's just stuff all over the floor. But I got my games in some built-in cabinets there. Now what's gonna happen is my desk is gonna be here. So I'll have my monitor. And I do have, hey, let's turn those lights on. So I do have all of my lights, my camera stand, all of that is back there. So I'll be able to put those in these corners. And so when I'm sitting here or standing here talking about games, you'll be looking back at this, and then that is going to be where I put my shelf. At least I'm going to put one of my shelves there, the one with the Board Game Dad neon sign on it. So this is going to be the stage that I'll be using once I make my games again. Our stuff is going to be coming next Monday, so when it arrives, I'll be setting up my desk and figuring out the organization of my shelf and all of that. So then finally, I should kind of be back where I was. Everything is set up and I'm ready to go and I can make as many videos as I want. However, it's not going to be quite like that because the first weekend of October is Essen, which I will be attending again. So there's going to be a flurry of activity at the end of September, beginning of October, as all of my stuff comes in. And then I start making videos about all the new games that I found at Essen. Now, let me tell you what I spent my summer doing. We had one of the best summers I've had in years. So, little clarity on why I'm here again. My wife is in the military. She's a Navy dentist. And she just finished at Walter Reed Medical Center. She's a specialty dentist now, and she was promoted to 04, which I'm very, very proud of her. In between duty stations, in between PCSing, she gets a little time off to travel. And her program ended in June. So what we did is we let our lease expire. I think I may have said this in my previous video. We let our lease expire and we went on a road trip across the country. We saw some incredible national parks. We went through South Dakota. That was a really big surprise for me with the parks they have there with Badlands and Wind Cave National Park. Sunrise in Arches National Park. We stayed in a lodge at Grand Canyon. We just had a fantastic time. Now, you might also already know that our permanent home is in San Diego. So we stopped at San Diego for a while. My mom came out with us. And then we went up to where I'm from and where my wife was raised also, in the Pacific Northwest. Got to see my brothers there. And then we ended the trip with a cruise to Alaska. But as all of this was going on, several other things were happening with my channel, and I could honestly use some help. So for the rest of this video, we're going to be talking about some choices that I have to make concerning Board Game Dad. I'll talk about my web app, the Perfect Boardgame, and I want to show you some things that I'm doing there I think you might really like, but I'd love your feedback. And then finally, I think we'll end the video. I'll talk about a few of the games that I'm excited about for Essen. So first, some choices I have to make concerning Board Game Dad. So I started this channel in 2021, and I started it sincerely because I just loved playing games and I love editing video, and I thought it would be fun if I made this YouTube channel and maybe something could come of it, but if nothing else, I could just do something that I enjoy. And so what I have decided not to do is really go heavy on worrying too much about revenue or worrying too much about making money. I just kind of want to play the games that I like, and sometimes I end up playing some games that I don't like, and then sharing them with people. And that's how I want to do run this channel. I just want the people who watch this channel to enjoy this channel, and I want to have fun doing it. That makes sense? Now, making money, awesome. Having publishers send me games for free, awesome. I want that too, but that's not the primary drive, right? So I have some opportunities to make money, and I want to know if my viewers would even want to see that. So this is where I need your help. What has happened over the summer is that I've had many more people emailing me, asking me if I want to preview their games, especially their Kickstarter games. And with the Kickstarter games, these can make money. People who are launching a brand new game are willing to pay the creators a fee to be prioritized so that content about their game comes out quickly. And then oftentimes when you're watching these YouTube videos with the host and the host says, this is a paid video, so I'm not going to be telling my opinion about it, I'm just going to go over the rules and stuff. That's what's happening there. The company is paying the YouTuber to make a video, and because they're paying, they don't want the YouTuber to come out and say this game is trash and I hate it. They just want to get exposure on that channel. So what I could do is I could start doing videos like that. Now, as far as I see it, the cool thing is I could play a few things that I might be interested in. Of course, I get free access to that. I get paid for it. But the games that I mostly feature on this channel are games that I've really I've researched in order to seek them out. And oftentimes I email the publishers and I'll say, I'd really like to try this game. Will you send it to me? And then for anything like that, I don't charge for it. I do it for free. I just want to play the game and tell people about it. So that's what I've been doing, but I kind of want to know, would you like to see Kickstarter's previews from me? Because if you would like that, then I'm a fool not to take money so that I can do it. So there's that. While we're on the topic of monetization, here's something else that I want to know. Would you actually be interested if I did a Patreon page where paid subscribers could have access to content? Do I have anybody that would be interested in paying me money to create content like that? I have a Patreon page, by the way. You can sponsor me, but the thing is, I haven't put any benefits on there at all. I mean, maybe I could figure out something clever, but some people do votes, go on my Patreon page. Every month, people vote on what video I'm going to cover next. I feel like that's kind of like a token benefit. Really, if you're going to support somebody on Patreon, it should be because you have disposable money that you want to put and invest towards somebody that you really appreciate. And if you get a benefit, it should be like a bonus. Otherwise, it's a patron, right? It's not a subscription. It's being a patron. So I don't have any patrons, by the way. I don't have a single patron, even though I have the patron page. I've been terrible about saying it on videos because, quite frankly, I don't want every single video I have to be like, this video exists because of paid. Can you understand how uncomfortable I am asking for money from people? I've always been uncomfortable with it, which is why I need help trying to figure out decisions about making money. Those are things that are on my mind. It's awkward to talk about. I'd love to know what you think about it, what you're interested in, because quite frankly, at the end of the day, it comes back to where I was. I just want to make a YouTube channel that is pleasurable to me to produce and enjoyable for my audience. I don't want to make money if it's not going to be enjoyable for us. So next order of business concerns the perfectboardgame.com. I have, for probably a year, had a feature on there that lets you look at videos. And when I programmed that feature, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna slap something on there. Honestly, it was poorly done and poorly thought out. And it's been like that for months and months and months. So, in the last couple of weeks, while my computer has been here, but my studio has not been set up yet, I decided to update this feature. And you can take a look at it right now. It's pretty bare bones, but it presents what I think would be a more effective way of people board game hobbyists finding the kinds of videos they want. I started with my own channel primarily because it's easiest, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep it that way or not, but I'll tell you what, you can look at it. I put a link in the description, and there's even a survey so that if you would well, not survey, it's like 4 questions. If you would just tell me some of your thoughts, that would be awesome. I haven't put, it's not, like I said, it's a preview, so I still have to flush out a lot more of the code, and I index more videos. So to end, we're gonna talk about some board games, and specifically my plan for Essen. So last year when I went to Essen, it was my first board game convention in my life. I ended up going to PAX a little bit later, but I was there to just scope it out, to see what it was like and to know what to expect in the future. So now it's my second time there. I know a little bit more about what to expect, and I want to go there with more of a plan. So I've put up a few things on here. Let me go down what I've got, right? What I've basically been doing is I've been emailing these producers and saying, hey, I've covered your games before. Here are some links to the videos that I've made for you. I'm really interested in partnering up. I'd like to cover more games by your company. And so if you would be interested in working together, I'm gonna be in Essen. That would be a great time to pick up some review copies. That's basically my email, right? So the ones that I've reached out to, was first of all, Alley Cat Games. They made Autobahn last year, which I picked up. I did a review for that. This year they're coming out with Arborea, which was a Kickstarter that I got behind, and I featured that on my 5 more games that are better than Everdell. So they actually have a range of games and abilities, so I wanted to talk to them. The next one is Inside Up Games, which is the company that makes Earth. My Earth review has done very well. They have a game called Perch. So I joined the pledge manager for that, and I'm gonna be picking up Draft and Write Records, which is kind of a puzzly drafting game, but I think could actually go really well as a family game. Now, the next one is Game Brewer. Now, Game Brewer made Oak, which was a game that really surprised me, and I did a review for that. They also did Stroganoff, which I only recently acquired, and I haven't done a review for it yet, although I plan on it. They have 2 more games that I'm very interested in. They did say they were going to give me a copy of Trolls and Princesses, which that sounds like it would appeal to my daughters, Trolls and Princesses. It's actually a pretty heavy game. I'm not sure if it's going to be accessible to them, but sometimes, I don't know, it might be worth it. If game content is interesting enough to my kids, they can learn anything. But unfortunately, I looked at the rules, it was a little too heavy. And then they have one called Bone Wars, which is by the designer of Oak. The next one is Delicious Games. And Delicious Games this year is announcing a game that I'm really excited about. It's by the designer of Woodcraft and Praga Capodreni. and it's called Evacuation. I am very excited about Evacuation. It is an economy game where you are transferring Earth's, factories and all of its production capacity from Earth to another planet. And so as you're doing this, you're moving a ship through space, and as the ship moves, its capacity for communication with Earth gets worse as it communicates better with the new planet. So what's happening is your production ability on Earth is declining, whereas your production potential for the new planet is increasing because you're getting closer and closer there, so it's faster to communicate with them, but you don't have any factories there. So the challenge in the game is you have to use your production capacity on Earth to generate enough resources and transfer those resources to the new planet so that by the time you get closer there, you can actually utilize those factories. I think it's a brilliant, kind of racing game where two things are important: moving and transferring your production capacity over and matching that rate. It just sounds brilliant. I can't wait to play it. So I'll be picking that up at Essen and possibly even Shipyard, which is by the same designer but older. Now, I did reach out to Brotherwise Games, and they are not going to be at Essen, but they're going to be sending me Castles by the Sea. So that'll be a game that I review very soon. As a family game, I am very excited for the potential of Castles by the Sea. That should actually get here before Essen, so maybe I'll get a review out very soon. And then the last one is Thundergrift Games. I reached out to them because I'd like a copy of Darwin's Journey, which is by the Italian designers that I like so much. They made Gollum and Newton and Barrage, and they always work in teams. So, and different members of the team work on different games, but all of them are excellent. So, I'm hoping to get a copy of that. And when I get there, I'll take my phone with me. I'm going to really prioritize making more shorts about the videos that I see while I'm there. So we have all of that. So to close, I think I'd just like to ask you, what games are you aware of that I should cover? Are there any games that you've heard about at Essen and you think that they'd be great for this channel? If so, please let me know. Because, man, I want to reach out. I still have plenty of time before Essen starts. I can talk to those publishers. I can try some new things. Really excited also to hear more about what my subscribers want me to cover. So that's a lot. We've got, should I do any sponsored content? That question. We've got, hey, do you think that this way that I'm organizing videos is cool? We got that question. And then finally, what are you interested in having covered from Essen? I would love to have a very rich discussion down with you in the comments. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for your support over the years and all of your encouragement on this channel. It's what makes this fun, and that's ultimately why I'm doing this. So I hope you hear my sincerity, and I hope you continue to enjoy. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye.